I'm kinda hot right now. We kinda hot. Some people are hot right now. We got them hot. I wonder why they hot now. Because we hot. I say they hot right now. Well, I say Jason. I say Stephen A. I say Leonard. I say Emmanuel. I say they hot. They got them hot. I wonder why everybody hot. Yo, what's good with it? What's poppin'? Welcome to another week's episode of 4th and 1 Hot Take.
Sizzling.
And there's so many people that's hot.
Smoking.
And I don't know why they hot.
On fire.
Is it because of you, Peggy?
Scorching.
Man, what's the topic for this week? Oh, Peggy.
We got tension in sports media. I say tension.
Tension, my
Tension. In sports media. Okay, we got some beef going down, all right?
Beef?
Beef, and you might need to grill it up and cook it, my brother.
Angus? USDA Prime?
Yes, sir. Okay.
What?
This is not for the vegan people.
No, this is not.
All right.
Peter, step aside.
Watch out.
Double D, get out the way. This is not for you. Boogie, indulge. Go ahead.
But here we go, man. We have Stephen A. and Mr. Jason Whitlock. I know it has been crazy, all right? And that's an understatement. After we had Jason Whitlock on this show, he said a number of things about you, about Stephen A., about a number of people and his views, and Stephen A. has backfired on Jason Whitlock. And before we jump into that, also Emmanuel Acho and Leonard Fournette, okay? And Leonard Fournette's new show, 4th and South. I don't want to get on that name, but you could have changed it. Other than that, we are going to speak about their beef as well. Okay, starting off with Stephen A. Smith.
I want to make sure he looked at a suit he never has a snowball's chance in wearing. You know, you're jealous. How does it feel to know, Jason, that you're still not better than me? I have whipped your ass. Fox don't want you. ESPN don't want you. None of that networks, ABC, CBS, NBC.
Stop it right there, Peggy.
They don't want you. I don't want you.
Because the discussion needs to happen.
Yes.
Huh? And let's cut to the chase. Mm-hmm. Some thought it was stupid.
Yeah.
Some thought it was dumb.
Yeah.
Some thought it was brilliant.
Yeah.
Some thought it was genius. And man, let me remind you, ladies and gentlemen, and all members of the council, the reason why 4th and 1 was created was to hold everyone accountable.
Yes.
Whether I like you, love you, hate you, despise you, at the end of the day, the day gotta end.
Okay.
With
It's a with.
the understanding that you are entitled to feel how you feel.
To your own opinion.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm with you, brother.
So I don't mind sharing this platform that Peggy did not have any willing dealing to create. That was a joke.
Yeah.
But that's right. Along with my good constituent, Peggy, and myself, to create and give and share the stage.
Yeah.
Jason Whitlock is a person that has voiced his opinion about me numerous times, amongst others.
Yes.
Numerous of times.
Yes, that is true.
So they will ask, why give him the platform?
Why would you even give him the stage?
Because in the state of what our true intentions are on 4th and 1 was always to hold people accountable and to understand let's make us all debate again.
Yes, we want to at least hear your
Like,
point.
let's make sports talk debate again.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, in the words of our good friend Drop Top, it's all entertainment.
Okay, because we can agree to disagree.
It's all. Hey, bro, listen, ladies and gentlemen. Let me say it this way.
Come on, take the glasses off. Make it personal.
We just talking to mics.
I mean, how
What's so
deep
hard
is
about
the talking in mic?
Like, come on.
You say something, I say something.
That's cool. I get a ooh, you get a ah. You get a boo, I get a nah. It don't matter. It's all entertainment.
The war words.
Like this. So for me or to us, because it was really you, Peggy, that said, hey, bro, what would you think about bringing Jason Whitlock on? I said, I don't got no problem with it. Make it happen. And lo and behold, in my email was confirmation confirmed. Jason Whitlock on our show.
Yep.
So shout out to you, Peggy,
Man,
as the producer of 4th and 1, because you got the sports world, as we do so often many times, to get people riled up.
They buzzing.
And let me give a shout out to individuals needing or unneeding attention because response, Coach JB.
Coach JB, yeah.
Like, listen,
JB
brother,
said he done set it up.
If he set it up, cool.
He ain't tell me, Don King.
But it's all right.
But it's all good.
I rock with Coach JB. I rock with Stephen A. I rock with Emmanuel Acho, not Echo, Leonard Fournette. I definitely rock with Leonard. I definitely rock with Jason because it's all entertainment. So, go ahead.
Well, get into that though, Cam. You know, first and foremost, I mean, a lot of people were thrown off guard, you know, when he was on this show and was like, to give Jason Whitlock this platform. Why would you give him this platform to voice his issues with Stephen A? And I know you said, obviously, we're entitled to at least hear everyone. But why is this such a thing now that when you have difference of opinions, people feel like we can't even at least hear one another?
Hey, fellas, let's talk about it. The pressure to perform. Holidays, anniversaries, and those big moments. As a man, do you ever feel like you gotta be on every time?
And it's not just pressure on you. Your partner feels the difference too. When you really show up and cater to them, it builds connection, confidence, and all of that.
But let's be real. Sometimes, fellas, it's just not that simple. That's why you need some options.
Road connects guys with medical providers 100% online, so you can have that conversation privately.
And if you are approved, treatment ships directly to your door, no hassle.
If prescribed, new sexual health patients gets $15 off their first order of Sparks on a reoccurring plan.
Just go to ro.co/4th. That's ro.co/4th to find out if Ro Sparks is right for you.
Sparks is a compounded drug product. It's permitted under federal law, but if it's not FDA approved and doesn't go through FDA safety of effectiveness review.
For full safety info, go to ro.co/safety info.
Handle your business with confidence.
You already know. Like, are we grown?
Yeah.
Like, we big grown,
Listen,
right?
we big grown.
So let's operate as adults. Now, I'm not going to be the person that say I agree with everything that Jason Whitlock said. And to Stephen A's point, when he said certain things, it's like, I didn't know if it was true or not. So I didn't know what to ask. I just give the platform.
To say your piece.
To say your piece. Now, some would say, isn't your relationship with Stephen A. Smith more beneficial or advantageous for you to not even render the opposition of Jason Whitlock the platform?
Yeah.
No. Because at the end of the day, I got to do what's best for the platform. Nobody seen that coming. That's why I did it. I'm not the person that's going to get on everybody bandwagon and say, oh, let me talk to this person because everybody's talking or it's a hot topic. There's been many times in 4th and 1's lineage that we've created the narrative in the whole sports world. A la game changer, game manager. A la the quarterback list. A la similar to what Jason Whitlock kind of came on to speak his piece. It is what it is. But there's been no question of my relationship with Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah, speak to that, because a lot of people are like, so you're not that cool with him? And
I'm extremely cool with Stephen A. I had no problem with how he handled this situation. He handled it, and this is the strategy now. Hold on. Because I don't think a lot of people understood the brilliance of Stephen A. Smith, right? Stephen A. Smith understands the value of attention and garnering attention. Ask me the question, why, Peggy?
Why?
What did Stephen A. Smith do earlier that day?
He leaked a video saying, I'm about to get back at him.
But did he do it on First Take?
No, he did it on his own platform.
He used First Take's platform to say, hey, I know what y'all waiting on.
But he did too. He went on Twitter, X, and then he did it on First Take.
Stay with me.
Okay.
He's putting on a masterclass, ladies and gentlemen, of how to leverage and to garner attention. He knows that he's been the #1 morning show, sports show, for 14 years and running.
Correct.
Because he's been able to find the secrets. It's really not a secret. He knows what gets people riled up.
Yeah.
And sometimes even Jason even hinted towards this. When I talk about other oppositions, or when I have difference in agreement or opinions on certain things that you may not like or you may not know about, it doesn't hit your brain the same. But let me say something about your brother.
It's gonna hurt
Let
you.
me say something about your hero. Let me say something about a person that you know so good.
Yeah.
Now I'm a hater. But a BBL. But Dr. Miami. But. You have to understand, it's still strategy.
Yeah.
Because Jason did make a point. I've went at white politicians. I went at black politicians. I went at white athletes. I went at black athletes. I went at differences in how this person kind of goes, but it don't hit the same because you don't know that white athlete, or you're not a fan of that white politician.
Or a black politician or black athlete.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
It just doesn't hit your algorithm or your mind. You're not interested in.
Talk about something that you are or have a difference in opinion with that you may feel strongly about. Now, that's why I'm able to evoke that. But back to Stephen A. Smith.
Okay.
Stephen A. Smith knew that a lot of people were anticipating his response. He gives a flare gun on X.
Yep.
He gives another flare gun in the first 10 minutes of the show of First Take. I'm letting y'all know I'm gonna say something. It might be on this show, it's not gonna be on that show. He knows that. Because First Take runs such a pristine show, they know they discuss everything that they're gonna talk about. It was never in the show's rollout for them to talk about. Why would they mention Jason Whitlock?
Yeah.
That was personal. So Stephen A. took an opportunity to let everybody know who are fans of him, that on my personal platform, I want y'all to tune in.
Yeah.
Checkmate. Gotcha. So now when he goes on his platform, he has everybody's attention because everybody's waiting.
Yeah.
That's a masterclass.
Yeah.
You can't hate on that.
No,
So
no.
now, with me understanding that, that still doesn't negate our friendship. That still doesn't negate that, I really have always respected Stephen A. Smith, but the fact that he's a real expert in this sports media landscape, like I can text and call him anytime and he's going to give me that insight. But a lot of people may not give him the credit because what he said about the person that you like, you don't like.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
You didn't even see if it was valuable or valid. You worried about his attack on the person. He's a hater.
Oh, he's selling out.
Yeah.
Or somebody would say, Camp's selling out because that's your partner.
Yeah.
That's your friend.
Which I thought it was even more huge of the situation with your tight relationship with Stephen A. The fact that you all work together to allow Jason Whitlock on to really speak his piece. Because even this, so many barriers was broken down even in that conversation, because when it came up, he was like, I'm not even gonna talk about Stephen A. or whatever because I know your relationship. It's like, if that is your words, that's what you believe in.
Sure.
Speak your piece. That's not what I believe in.
I'm glad
we
you said
believe
that.
in.
But I want to touch on something that you just said. Hey, I'm not going to speak too much on it because that's your boy. That happens more times than not.
Correct.
There's been multiple conversations that I've had with people, and I know Stephen A. Smith is not everybody's favorite, but it should be.
Yeah.
Why? Because he is one of us, right? Yeah. When you start to question the impact that Stephen A. Smith has had in media, not just sports media, in media, it's been something that has allowed doors to be open for myself, for Shannon Sharp, for Ryan Clark, for Chris Broussard, for so many journalists and African-American personalities, male, female, man, and woman, because now they're relatable because it works. Yeah. Because Stephen A has made it work. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So to my point, why, Cam, did you allow Jason to come on and have so much strong opinion about Stephen A? Why? Is because it happened to Carmelo when Stephen A went and talked about LeBron.
That is true.
You cannot allow people to come on your platform and you control how it goes. Mm-hmm. You only can allow them to speak their truth, how they know their truth to be. Mm-hmm. And if you don't know, you can respectfully say, hey, I don't know if this is true or not. So when Stephen A says you didn't hammer down on the question, I didn't know that it was a lie. Yeah. I'm going off of what he's saying.
Yeah. You know him as a person.
I didn't know. Let me say it like this. I didn't know it was a lie, and I didn't know if it was the truth of what you've known. Mm-hmm. But you allow people to speak their piece, not controlling what they say.
And the biggest thing that you can do now is, and as Stephen A said it, is for him to come on the show. It's for him to talk more about this discussion. I think the biggest thing, though, that you had two different types of comments. On social media, they seen it. Cam, why would you do this? XYZ. First of all, it's not Cam's fault that he was on here. Obviously, it's more my fault, I guess. But also when people watch the full show, they say, you know what? We needed this conversation. We don't get enough of these two different of opinions. We love this type of interview because we both were allowed, or everybody on the platform or in the interview were allowed to say their piece. And let's not miss Mr. Mark too here. He said something about Stephen A, but first he started with you. Mm-hmm. So it's not like, oh, he just got up here to talk junk about Stephen A. His original plan was to get up here and no, Jason, what's your beef with me?
Correct.
What's your smoke with me? What's your thoughts on me? So I can.
What our plan was, or my plan, let me not bring you into it. My plan was always this. Jason, you speak about my fashion decisions.
Correct.
And me wearing these crazy hats. But brother, you were on TV, right? Mm-hmm. With hats on.
Yeah.
Oh, they weren't fly as these.
They weren't, but you were trying.
That's opinionated.
Yeah, facts.
You wore hat. You took fashion serious. You were on TV, bro.
Yeah.
You're responsible for how your image is. Yeah. So at one point, you were outside the box with your presentation, but don't castrate me.
Yeah.
Because now you see, man, Cam puts more attention on his outfits or his fashion than football. That's not true.
That's not true.
And you can't say certain things if they are not true, right?
Yeah.
So as we keep going.
Yes. And one thing about both of them, before we even move on to these next two, one thing I can respect is that they both, Stephen A. Smith and Jason Whitlock, have strong opinions, and they will live and die by their own opinions, whether you agree or disagree with them.
Yeah,
and that's respect.
And what I wanted to say to bring closure to this, you cannot control who saying what. You can't control it. Everybody has a platform now, and I love that because you can control your own narrative.
Yeah.
What you, the consumer or the viewer, can control if you give them the view. Mm-hmm. If you give them the audience. Everybody, at one particular point, dare I say, was early in the game, but just having a platform that people listen to, everybody got all these platforms and these podcasts nowadays, it's going to double. Yeah. Because if you do the market research of the amount of money that Prime and Amazon is Prime, Netflix and HBO is spending on content, it's alarming. And you too should get into content.
And how much money people making off of YouTube.
Correct. You cannot control what a said individual says or what platform that they use to say it on.
Correct.
But you can control if you listen to them or not.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's all I'm saying. It's like, yo, I'm going to always give a person an individual, just like Stephen A. Smith. Yo, you're more than welcome to come up on this platform and speak at your... render the same type of sentiment. Anybody who wants to come on Funky Friday or 4th and 1, oh, we going to talk it out.
Yeah.
And like I said, we just talking through microphones.
That's it. So say your piece.
What's the other tension topic, Peggy? This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. All right, Peg, let me ask you something. How do you handle it when everything is coming at you at once? The stress, burnout, all of it.
Honestly, therapy. And I don't say that lightly. They taught me how to set boundaries and how not to carry everybody's stuff on top of my own.
See, that right there is what people need to hear. For the longest, I just thought therapy was in place when things were wrong. Nah, brother, nah, sister. It's really a tool. Look at it like this. It's like film study for your life. It helps you develop healthy habits, stay balanced, and handle the pressure. Whether you're an athlete, CEO, parent, whatever role you're playing, therapy helps you show up better for all of them.
Facts. I think everybody listening should really pause and think about that. The expectations on you and the weight that you carry. You deserve support too.
And that right there is the reason why we rock with BetterHelp. That's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P. It's all online, so you can do phone, video, or message chat on your schedule with no excuses.
They have over 30,000 therapists and have helped more than 6 million people worldwide. And if your therapist isn't the right fit, you can switch anytime at no extra cost.
Prioritize your well-being with BetterHelp.
Visit betterhelp.com/4 to get 10% off your first month.
That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/4.
Well, as we move on to the other tension topic, this one is about, are we going after the message or the messenger? Acho and Leonard Fournette.
In my world, Leonard Fournette, you have no hardware. That Super Bowl ring and things, it doesn't mean nothing. In my world, Shady's teammate tried to check your boy.
Responded to you.
What'd I do?
Look.
They shooting at your boy in the speakeasy.
Emmanuel Acho. You said I messed up a lot of names. I didn't know his name. Obviously, you're nobody.
Oh.
In my world, I don't know your name either, bro.
So first, let me stop here. Here we go. Leonard Fournette, I'm a nobody in your world. But you didn't communicate this message on the football field. You didn't communicate this message with football pads on.
I don't want to lose the train of thought of really what this message is. A couple weeks back, and I don't want to belabor the fact or beat a dead horse, there was a message that we critiqued about our good constituents of the speakeasy.
Yep.
And if you don't mind playing that same sound bite back, and it's going to make all the sense for this particular topic.
Gotcha.
Stephen A. made it personal. And that's what Stephen A. often does. In the sake and in the name of entertainment, he made it personal. But the other problem is, like, people get on me, Acho, your career this, your career that, and I hear them. But, like, what was hard for me is people who literally didn't make it to the league.
Pause right there, Peggy, because call me crazy or call me taking certain things out of context, and I will preface this. I also had to change my way of thinking. Okay. Especially in covering sports, specifically covering football. I think I can't speak on other sports, but I think at some point, every football athlete has hinted, said, mentioned in some capacity, you don't even play, so why would we listen to you? Mm-hmm. Whether in critique of a newspaper clipping, online article, magazine, it don't matter. We've all said it to some degree. Mm-hmm. Now, what I would say is, that was Emmanuel Acho earlier, like a couple weeks ago. Now, if you want to play that game of you can't talk about this sport because you didn't play this sport, I'm going to tell you that's not an argument that you're going to win, because what it does, it eliminates women, Because Josina Anderson covers football. Mm-hmm. She's not capable.
Very well.
Joy,
yeah.
Like so many women cover this, and the list goes on. And I'm just
naming a few.
Speaking of ones that come to the top of my mind right now, right? When you start to talk about player-only takes, it murks the judgment of, okay, well, there's only one way of looking at it. Journalists can't talk about it because they didn't play. If we want to have that same time, or I would do you one better, because this is the point that I made. If you are only the person that says you didn't even play this sport, why are you talking about this sport? That means you only can talk about the sport that you play.
You can't talk about another sport.
I can't talk about basketball. I can't talk about baseball. I can't talk about women's sports. I can't talk about hockey. I can't talk about. You understand what I'm saying?
Correct.
Going back to the message of, it's not for you to question what's being said or who's saying it.
That's what it is.
It comes back to you giving them the view. You giving them the audience. You giving them the click. It's like, man, what Emmanuel Acho and them got to say? You gave them the view. So you can't be mad at what you hear. Hey, man, what Peggy and doggone Cam talking about on fourth one?
Yeah.
What straight shooter over there talking about Stephen A. Smith? Nightcap over there talking about. It is what it is talking about Cameron. Man, what all them folks over there talking about it at the pivot? Gilles Arena and them. Well, Gilles Arena can't talk about football?
Yeah.
You understand?
I understand what I'm saying.
How
you pigeonhole and marginalize people.
You shrink the opportunity to talk about something, and that's not what you want to talk about. Mm-hmm. Because now you've opened up this way of comparison. It's not just athletes being able to talk about it. Only good athletes can talk about it. Mm. Because you did make it to the top, Emmanuel Acho, making it to the quote-unquote league. But now when you have a person who has a more quote-unquote prettier resume, now they trump you in covering the sport.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Or sports in general, because now y'all don't have the same experiences.
But to Acho's point, he was right. Leonard Fournette in that industry, in his field of media, does not have the same resume. And that's when it comes down to the same thing with Emmanuel Acho and what he said about Stephen A. Smith. Now, I do think as a journalist, as someone that did not play this game at the highest level, I can't tell you what's going on in the huddle and what should go on in the huddle. I can assume what should go on. I should say you should be talking about this, but I never know. I don't know what it's like to be 4th and 1 in the fourth quarter with a second left, and are we going to throw it? Are we going to run it in? I can't say that. Now, can I, as a journalist, as a member of the media, can I give my expertise and my thoughts? Have I seen the game? Have I shot it? Have I been there to see you as well as others perform in that situation? Yes, I can speak to that. Cam did it this way. Brett Favre did it another way. I can speak to that. But I think in Emmanuel Acho's point with Stephen A., I think it was some of the emotional things, the emotional toll that goes on when you're playing this game. Now, with Leonard Fournette and Acho, yes, Acho does not have Leonard Fournette's career numbers, resume in football. But Leonard Fournette does not have Acho's career and his stats in this entertainment media field as of yet. And I think that is something that no matter who is where in their industry, it's a certain line of respect. Yeah. And that's what you really are seeing too about, but don't go resume for resume with me. What about my sports tape? Yeah. Worry about what I said. Because you moving all around everything else I said. Yeah. Talk about what I said. I said this. Now what you gonna do about that part?
So to that point, Peggy, let's go back to where this all started. Emmanuel Acho and the cast on Speakeasy, a lot of respect for them. They were talking about a Stephen A. Smith take that he made with Zion Williamson.
Correct.
Right? And when Stephen A. also mentioned, he said that was facts. He does have a food clause.
Correct.
So I can talk about it because he's breaching his contract by being overweight.
And that's his merit to back up what he's saying.
Merit. So it was always started off of he doesn't have the right to say that. Well, yes, he does. If that's him covering his sport.
And he signed a contract
that has a clause about being either a certain weight
yeah.
or having percentages of, I don't know what it is. That's not, food, yeah. I didn't make the take. Yeah. So now I just want to bring some type of fiction to the idea where we don't listen to, like, why is Cam talking about certain things? Well, I'm talking about a lot of things because you don't have to be a perennial all-pro just to have a good take or a good point.
Correct.
Because if that was the case, we would only listen to Michael Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
We would only listen to Bill Russell. Mm-hmm. We would only listen to Tiger Woods. We would only listen to Jack Nicklaus. We would only listen to Arnold Palmer, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Asia Wilson, Diana Taurasi, Wayne Gretzky, Ken Griffey Jr., Derek Jeter, Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, and the list goes on and on and on and on as greats that has played this game and has superseded what we deem is ultimate success in their sport. Mm. Serena Williams, Venus Williams, it don't matter who it is. The point is, they or whoever's listening to sports takes needs to understand and have a broader approach to how they digest, process, and download their information from what somebody's saying. Yeah. I think Pat McAfee is extremely brilliant. Pat McAfee was a punter.
Yep.
A kicker.
Yeah.
So he ain't play quarterback, but he got one of the top shows that's out right now in sports.
Facts.
You understand? Everybody's not going to have Travis Kelce's career. Everybody's not going to have Jason Kelce's career.
Yeah.
So going back to the Jason Whitlock kind of interview or conversation, he was saying, Cam, you could have been Michael Jordan. Well, who's to say I'm not Michael Jordan to somebody?
Like somebody else is out.
You understand?
Yeah.
Bro, there's never, I don't think in my lifetime, a person that's going to go to 6 NBA championships and be undefeated in championship games.
Yeah.
That's not a realistic feat, bro.
Yeah.
LeBron James, his career is pristine. When he no longer plays his game and say, golly, he's the #1 scorer in league history. Who's catching that? He's upheld expectation at every level of basketball. Rec ball, high school, rookie.
Yeah.
And 20 plus years of just sheer dominance. And call it whatever you want. He felt like he never fell off.
He's still rocking.
He's still relevant. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to dismay that argument is something that I don't want to just talk about Emmanuel Acho's take, because I get what he was trying to say. What I'm saying is, if you're a person that believes that this person is not credible of making a point because he's a journalist or she's a woman or he didn't play or she didn't play this sport, I'm not going to listen. That's not fair. Because now, on the contrary, Leonard Fournette, I'm going to tell you what you can't do. And I'll give you free game.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with your approach, because this is still entertainment. It's still competitive. But instead of going at people personally, go at the take. Because if you always have time to confront people who disagree with your take, bro, you're going to be on the mic for a long time.
But I say this, and it's just an analogy. It's always going to be a bigger bully on the play yard. So, yeah, your career numbers might be better than Acho, but you going to go against somebody.
That ain't the argument that you want to go against.
It's going to be somebody that's going to step to you. Yeah. They're like, let's match careers. Now, why can't I say this? And that's going to be like for everybody, anything. Because the game's still going to go on. You stop playing, there's going to be people that's going to keep going on and going to have a voice. And one thing I like to say is, like, only because you're great at the sport doesn't mean you're great at making takes.
Or great at covering.
And great at covering sports. And it's some of the best players that can play the game, but that don't mean they can coach the game. A la Bill Belichick. He didn't play the game at this elite level that people know him in the Hall of Fame as this player. But as a coach, bro, he's one of the best to ever do it.
And let's be honest. There's not a lot of Magic Johnsons.
No.
There's not a lot of Pat Rileys.
No.
There's not a lot of individuals that have played the game at a level where they won championships. And even if they won championships, they may not have been the main reason. It don't matter who's questioning it. My thing is, let's talk about the take.
Yeah.
All right? The take, in layman's term, is the point that the messenger is trying to get you, the viewer, to understand or to get. Let's stop attacking the person. Mm-hmm. The person is the messenger.
Facts.
You may not like Cam Newton, but what is Cam Newton saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm a big fan of Colin Cowherd. I think how he covers sports is a very interesting way, and it makes you use the left side of your brain, as I would say. He just gives a different perspective. It's not just backed with a strong first sentence, it's backed with other supporting statistics. Mm-hmm. And it may be jaded. The real ones know, like, okay, you talk about QBR, but you're not talking about game-winning drives.
Correct.
Because whether you got a good QBR or not, if you don't threw 3 interceptions or not, if you have an opportunity to win at the end of the game, that's the greatest statistic in all of sports.
For sure.
But he makes the point. I love Stephen A. Smith. I think how he is able to not only inform, but to entertain the audience as he's talking about certain things. Stay off the weed. Like those type of things is very strategic and it's entertaining. Mm-hmm. Shannon Sharp is another one.
Yeah.
He's now labeled the culture's uncle.
For sure.
Because we all got that uncle in the culture that's just like, man, OG.
Put him on the game.
Put us on game. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's fair.
So the list goes on. Emmanuel, that take, and I'm not trying to take that out of context, but I said what I said. When you start talking about Leonard Fournette, you can't play that resume game with everybody. As far as Stephen A. Smith is showing people how to do it even when you're on a major network. And now, to the point of Jason Whitlock, you have to understand, and I think he does understand, what comes with his egregious takes.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, I ain't trying to be like, bro. I'm just trying to do whatever my intentions is. In the name of God, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. However you want to do, like, bro, that's your platform, brother. Yeah. I'm not here to question none of that.
Yeah.
It's just up to me if I give you the view.
Exactly. Think we done said it, bud.
Is we good, Peggy?
I think we great.
I said, is we good, Peggy?
I think we great.
We're gonna
dude.
add a finger, dude.
Hey.
Gonna add a finger.
Okay,
Why you gonna add a pinky, dude?
Hey.
Gonna add a pinky.
All right.
Can't forget about the thumb.
Hey.
All together, one love. You dig?
And it's a wrap.